And just like that, we are back, baby. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions. Hope that you guys are all having an amazing Friday. And what do you look at that? Fridays are normally not my best performing days, but of course, my first day back back in Arizona. I went live today with our LPP students. Again, for those that do not know, I trade live every single morning. They get to see all of my good trades, all of my bad trades. And in my opinion, the best way for anyone to learn how to do something is to watch someone else do. So every day I go live for about an hour. If you ever want to tune on in, it's the second link in the description down below. Today's focus was really simple. It was MSTR. Market's incredibly bearish. MSTR tried to rip up. I added more to my short, and then as it began to retrace, I would take profits. It would rip back up, open up short, and then take profits at these oversold levels. So I'm up about $4,000. Again, I haven't fully closed it out yet. I do believe, as long as nothing new is shared, that sentiment should remain bearish. But I want to share some few things to look out for today that can ultimately end up changing the way that the market is trading. As of right now, market is somewhat bearish. It's down another 0.36%. You guys can look at the larger time frame. Lower highs, lower lows. Again, a strong downturn. If we look at the day chart, we could see that we have an overall retracement now down to the moving average, even a little bit below. So what can we expect? So I want to share the good news and the potential bad news of what to look out for. The first thing that I want to make sure that you are aware is today, with all the series of reports, we have FOMC Bowman that is speaking today. If I'm not mistaken, that should be going on any second now, or already happened. And then we have Powell speaking at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Powell speaking, he's the head of the Federal Reserve. That's just a really important individual to pay attention to because, in my opinion, anything that he says can shift overall markets. If he sounds bullish, if he sounds bearish, depending on how it is and his tone is and what he says, he normally doesn't say too much, but it's all about his tone and how the markets digest that tone that ends up shifting the market. So again, Jerome Powell speaks today at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The second thing that I want you guys to be aware is that I'm sure a lot of you guys saw the news yesterday. Let me pull it up very quickly. We saw a significant pullback randomly, right? If you guys weren't paying attention to it, let me pull it up on the 1 minute time frame. Randomly, Bitcoin went from highs of like 91,000 all the way down to lows of 84,000. Well, what the heck happened, right? My job is here to explain to you the why. You don't need to agree with me. You just need to understand why. So there was this expectation that Trump was going to sign an executive order to set up and establish a Bitcoin reserve. That did happen. But the difference is every Bitcoin and crypto bro thought that he was going to buy 1 million coins of Bitcoin. That was not the plan at all. And I really like the way that he approached it. So Trump said that he and his administration are going to establish a Bitcoin reserve and hold the assets that have been seized by the government. He additionally is saying that he is going to continue to grow this pile with continuous amounts that are seized by the government. So it doesn't cost taxpayers any money. I like that because a lot of people and a lot of Americans don't believe in crypto. So therefore, if we want to grow this crypto reserve in a very mindful way, what better way to do it than just by not costing the American people any money, right? It's just what's seized by the government. I feel like this is a huge, this is progress for both crypto, but then also progress for Americans, so it doesn't end up costing us more. If Bitcoin ends up dropping 50, 70%, we don't have to tolerate that pullback and know that our tax-paying dollars went to a shit coin that ended up dropping 70%. At this point, it's just what's seized. It doesn't cost us anything, and I think that's a nice middle ground. It's not what the crypto bros were expecting. They thought that it was going to create a lot more buying pressure because the U.S. was going to establish a Bitcoin reserve by buying a ton of Bitcoin and then cause the price to go up. Definitely not the case. We saw a significant sell-off. The markets did not like that for a short period of time, but just like anything, everyone's looking forward to today. Today is the crypto summit. And to my understanding, if I'm not mistaken, the crypto summit at the White House is supposed to be at anywhere between 1:30 to 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be in the lookout for potential live streams or news updates that are shared within that based off of what can be said. There is speculation that supposedly there could be a zero capital gains tax that is put on cryptocurrency. I don't know how legitimate that might be. Again, you have crypto bros also saying that the US was going to buy 1 million coins of Bitcoin, and then that was definitely not the case. Everyone loves to speculate. All you should be aware of is that anything can be shared between 1:30 to 5:30 during that crypto summit. And again, all these crypto individuals that are kind of like the head of either their own market or these cryptocurrencies are going to be coming together and having a conversation with Trump at the White House. So yes, this could be a positive catalyst. This could be a negative catalyst if it was not what Wall Street was expecting or the crypto bros were expecting. But expect a lot of volatility. So that's one of the main reasons that I would intend to actually. I'm actually going to reduce and take profits right now. So reducing my short, I just bought 100 shares, so I bought to cover. I'll do that again. I'll reduce my short just a little bit more. There it goes. So $5,600 on the day, shorting MSTR and reducing my position as we approach previous support range. And I'm going to make sure that I keep my LPP team up to date. And then also, I wanted to make sure that you guys were aware of this. Supposedly, the U.S. has paused tariffs on some Canada and Mexican imports until April 2nd. There was a tweet that was shared today that supposedly Trump is expecting to potentially raise those tariffs more than 25% if negotiations are not in the U.S.'s favor. So a lot of volatility. If you're asking the question, hey, is the market done selling off? No one knows. So stop asking that question. It's such a blanket question where as long as this trade war concern continues to be present, markets are going to be extremely volatile. We'll see big upswings when things look bullish. We'll see big downswings when they continue to come back with these tariffs. You shouldn't be surprised by it. This is something that, again, he has made very clear was part of his plan. And if you can't tolerate it, then get out. Stay cash. Wait for more clear direction to present itself. And that's the easiest way that you can approach this is if you cannot tolerate the volatility that the market is currently presenting, do yourself a favor, stay cash and wait for direction to be more clear. Stay patient, stay calculated, a lot of money to be made. But again, you do not have to open yourself to this type of exposure or this type of volatility if you simply cannot tolerate. I'll make sure that I keep my LPP team up to date. If you ever want to be kept up to date, not only with my live trading sessions, but also being able to see what it is that I'm trading and why I'm trading it. Second link in the description down below. And I hope to see you for our live trading session on Monday. Take care, team.